Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Adams, New York, where we're here at South Jeff for a Friday night high school football matchup brought to you by NBC Watertown and the NBC Watertown Stream Team. Tonight's Stream Team, a couple of South Jeff grads with us here. Nate Madison, Cody Wheeler, myself, Connor Lalone, and Zach Zubrisky, the Lowville kid, got dragged into this one and set everything up in the rain. Mexico's going to kick things off to start tonight. They won the coin toss and then deferred. It's picked up and solid return for Pooler. They'll start things off for South Jeff, and they'll get the ball on offense to start things off tonight. Both of these teams coming into the matchup 3-1 on the season. South Jeff with a win versus Cortland, 33-14. Then their only loss on the season at Oneida, 35-8. A win here against Potsdam, 34-8, and then a win on the road in Oswego, 36-0. That's how South Jeff has come to hold a 3-1 record. This is their last home game of this season. It's their senior night, and they're looking to stay undefeated on home turf. First play from scrimmage, LeDuc with a quick pass out to this near side. It's reeled in by McCarger, and McCarger somehow dives forward over the 45. So that's a solid start from scrimmage for the Spartans. Quarterback Landon LeDuc impressed all of us up here with his arm strength in the warm-ups. Was barely even moving, hardly taking a stride, and just throwing the ball with a pretty tight spiral, 30, 40 yards down the field with ease. And he likes to throw on the first play of the game. This one's going to be handed off, though, out to this near side. That's Quantz. He gets the first down and then some as he's down to about the 43. So a good start for South Jeff. They pick up a first down on the handoff play to Isaac Quantz. Well, a 7 o'clock start tonight. We started a little bit early, just now approaching 7 o'clock. Sun setting behind us as we're up on top of the press box here at South Jeff. Pretty new turf field within the last 5 or 6 years. This one handed off again to Quantz on the near side. Flag comes out in the backfield as Quantz gets down over the 35, down to the 34, but the flag came down in the backfield, and it's going to be a holding against South Jeff. So the rush for Quantz negated. Quantz was pretty close to first down yardage. Might have had it on that carry, but instead South Jeff going to back up. It's going to be first down and 20 after the holding.
With the ball on the 50. First and 17 for the Spartans.
So long huddle here. And South Jeff steps to the line. We'll wait to see if LeDuc elects to air it out here. High snap, LeDuc handled, looking to pass, rolling back out to his left now with no options. Looking up, gets over the 50 and then tackled, maybe picked up a yard on the quarterback keeper. Not a designed run that time for LeDuc, but he didn't like his options here on this near side, elected to just keep it himself. And he picked up maybe a yard, so second down and long still. Ball on the 49. South Jeff gets back over into Mexico's half of the field. They'll step to the line now with just under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Second down and about 16. Handed off. Quantz on the near side. Now skipping back inside. Gets down close to the 45. And they're going to spot him at about the 46. So that's an all-right carry for Quantz, but it brings up a third and long still. And LeDuc now getting instruction from head coach Rivers, and then back over to the huddle, relaying those instructions. Now South Jeff steps to the line, 4 men wide for LeDuc here in this set, and he's looking to the near side. Now back to the far side. Short screen is reeled in by Quantz. He gets back over the first line of scrimmage, breaks the tackle, but then gets tackled from behind at the 35. So South Jeff going to be short of the first down yardage here. It's going to be fourth down and about 3. And it looks like the offense is going to stay out there. LeDuc talking to Rivers on the near sideline, now heads back over there. So the offense will stay on with 8.5 to go in the first quarter on a fourth down and about 3. So already a big decision to make for Aaron Rivers. And before the snap, South Jeff's going to call a timeout. So you wonder if the thought process from South Jeff was to just maybe see if they could get Mexico to jump there on fourth down and 3. They don't, so they call a timeout, and now we'll see if the game plan changes at all. Our first break in the game tonight gives me a chance to tell you about our sponsors for high school football. Friday night football brought to you by NBC Watertown. Our sponsors, the Bob Johnson Auto Group. They'll beat any deal on a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram by $30 a month with the largest used car inventory around. Give them a call at 315-965-8072. Thank you to the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County, part of the Alliance for Better Communities, as well as Pivot, and as well to Heller's Gas and LaFlame Fuels, locally owned business, providing you with all your fuel needs, especially the upcoming North Country winners. Fourth down and short. LeDuc, the ball comes loose. He picks it back up, looking to pass out to this near side. It is underthrown. He had a man on this near side, McCarger, and just threw it a little bit short. So South Jeff turns it over on downs. The offense looked promising the first couple of plays they ran and then seemed to stall just a little bit. LeDuc, I think, if he could have handled that snap cleanly, might have had a better chance to try to make something happen. After the turnover on downs, it'll be first and 10. Ball on the Mexico 37 with 8 minutes to go. Tigers hand it off. Fighting out to this near side, then skipping forward down, gets the first down. Good carry for Mexico. That was Nevin Dermady-Thomas on the carry. And the Tigers pick up a first down on their first play from scrimmage as they get all the way down to their own 49. First and 10 from there, under 8 minutes to go. Whistle just to run the clock. Hand it off again out to the right side. Gain of 2 or 3 that time for Talon Zyke on the rush. It's going to be second down at about 7, so they're going to give him 3 yards on the carry for Zyke. Mexico into the South Jeff half of the field. Again, handed off out to this near side. Dermady-Thomas, and somehow South Jeff ends up with the ball. That's Adam Pooler. He's going to take it to the house, and South Jeff gets on the board first, the defensive touchdown. It was hard to see through the mass of bodies how Pooler ended up with the ball, but he did. And on his feet just ran all the way back into the end zone. And so the Spartans with a defensive touchdown get on the board first. It's 6-0. Adam Pooler with a fumble recovery touchdown. Not too dissimilar to one we saw last night in Watertown. Where the ball came loose, the defensive player grabbed it and just ran it in. That's what happened for Adam Pooler. South Jeff leads by 6. The offense on the field to try to convert to 2-point conversion. Easy for me to say. Hand it off. No, fake the handoff. Into the back of the end zone, LeDuc, and nearly brought that one in. The flag does come out late for pass interference.
Put a flag on the play.
O'Brien was in the corner of the end zone. LeDuc tried to find him. And the ball fell incomplete. Flag came out in the corner of the end zone. So the pass interference is half the distance for South Jeff.
Like with the penalty, the Spartans will get another shot.
And LeDuc gets another chance on the two-point conversion here. In the backfield with him is Quantz. Two receivers on the right, one to the left. Hand it off. Quantz skipping out to the outside and into the end zone. Two-point conversion successful on the second try. Isaac Quantz gets in there. And South Jeff with an early 8-0 lead. After the fumble recovery touchdown for Adam Pooler. And then Isaac Quantz with a two-point conversion after the pass interference on the first try. And South Jeff with an 8-0 lead here early at home on their senior night.
And after the strip and score by Pooler,
just a great night
up by 8.
for South Jeff. Anytime it's a senior night, any sport, there seems to be a little bit of an electricity in the air. And that's the way it feels tonight. South Jeff on the board early. They'll kick it away here. So Lane Mercer back to kick for the Spartans. 3 men deep for Mexico. Mercer's kick low. It's going to dribble down, fielded at the 35, and Mexico just fall on it. Kick returner was Zyke for the Tigers.
Falls on it. 1st and 10, Mexico.
So the Tigers offense with their second chance here. Now trailing by 8. It'll be 1st down and 10 for him from the 35. Handed off up the middle. Gain of about 5 on the carry.
Picks up 5. Good
And it's
tackle.
Colin Derby on the rush.
Gage Schofield and Wayne Mercer. 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the rush for Derby. Handed off again, out to the outside. That's Zyke.
Zick around the right
And
side.
he's down. Forward progress is stopped. About 2 yards short of the 1st down marker. They're going to mark him down at the 43.
Bertram leading the charge.
In on the tackle
3rd and
for
3.
South Jeff is Lucas Bertram. Clock ticking, 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Just about halfway through the first quarter of action. Mexico again handed off and again met right at the line of scrimmage, but fighting forward, looking like they're going to pick up a 1st down. They do.
Mexico has,
Handed off up the middle again. That's been the game plan so far for the Tigers.
they do signal a 1st down.
And it worked that time. 1st down and 10
10 Mexico
on their own 46-yard line. Flag comes out.
Looks like some early movement.
Definitely movement on the line. Wait to see which way it goes. It looks like it's going to be a false start against the offense, and it is.
That'll back them up 5 yards.
So 5-yard penalty against the Tigers offense on the false start. It'll be 1st and 15. Ball on the 41. Rolling out to his left is the quarterback, Mack. Looking down the field, Mack throws, has a man, and it is incomplete.
Out of the hand.
Mexico wants the flag. The intended receiver, Wyatt Chamberlain. He's not going to get one, so it's a long incompletion. First time we've seen Mexico air it out. And Mack showed a pretty strong arm that time as he was rolling out to his left, kind of throwing across his body. Made a pretty good throw in the direction of Chamberlain, but it falls incomplete. Five and a half minutes to go in the first quarter. Mexico sideline vocal about their displeasure that there was no pass interference. This one's handed off And Zyke fights forward. Now there is a flag. He's going to pick up about a yard on the carry.
Tackle made by Noah Cousins.
And the officials get together. Looks like we're going to have a signal here, and it looks like a face mask against South Jeff.
Face mask call. Right on the play.
So the face mask
And the 5-yard penalty is going to
against
make it
South Jeff.
3rd and 10.
It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10. Replay the down.
Handed off again on the reverse now, 2nd time, and out to the outside is Zyke. He gets past the first tackle and not past the second. Big tackle made by Bertram again on the far side to prevent a touchdown. It was a good thing Lucas was there to make that tackle. If he hadn't, Zyke was in all sorts of space on that right side, and nobody really near him for South Jeff. Bertram did just enough, grabbed him by the ankles and brought him down, made a big tackle there. Unable to prevent the first down, though. This one handed off again, and
Up the middle goes nowhere.
yard or two. Believe that was Zyke on the carry again.
On the tackle. 2nd and 9. Mexico.
Tackle made by Lucas Edgard. Holds Zyke to a yard. 2nd and 9. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Mack handed off. And in some space on the near side on the reverse. Dermady Thomas, he's going to get into the end zone. It's 8-6. Mexico gets on the board. The reverse. The ball was handed off initially to Zyke and then back to Dermady Thomas. And it fooled the South Jefferson defense. Mexico gets in. It's 8-6. So the Mexico offense will stay out there, try to tie this one up. They trail by 2. Motion behind Mack, pitched out to the right side. That's Zyke, and he cuts in and gets into the end zone. This one's all tied up at 8. Mexico gets on the board. Rushing touchdown for Nevin Dermady Thomas.
4 minutes left in the first.
And then the 2-point conversion for Talon Zyke. And all of a sudden, the score's tied at 8. So a little bit of the air out of the crowd here below us. After that touchdown for Mexico ties it up. They'll kick it away here. It'll be 3 men deep for South Jeff. Pooler and Quantz. And I believe McCarter on the far side. Looks like Jared Becker to kick it away for Mexico. Correction, that's Wyatt Dan. That's a good kick, and it's reeled in inside the 10. Now in some speed, Quantz gets down to about the 32. So a solid return for Isaac Quantz of the Spartans. And now the offense will get their second chance, tied at 8. This is only the second time the South Jeff offense has been out there. The first time they picked up a couple of first downs and then stalled. The defense got him on the board with the touchdown on the fumble recovery. And so even though we're well over halfway through the first quarter, it's only the second time LeDuc has been on the field. This one's handed off. Skipping out to the near side and in some serious space. Picking up the first down and then some is Jace Livingston. Flag came out behind the play. And it's a holding against South Jeff. So Livingston's good rush is going to come back.
First and 11.
Well, Livingston's found a good spot on the rush out to this near side. But it all comes back due to the holding. It'll be first down and 11 after the flag. Leduc looking to pass out to this near side and batted down. He was trying to find Livingston. Good defensive coverage by Chamberlain to bat that one down.
Second and 11.
So second and 11 after the incompletion for Leduc. Spartans quarterback and step up on second and 11. 4 men wide for Leduc. Looking to this near side, has a man. It's reeled in and just unable to really get anywhere past the initial catch was O'Brien, but it's a gain down and 2. Solid gain on the reception for O'Brien. Where Leduc saw his pass get batted down. Oben O'Brien. Leduc, hand it off. Right up the middle, picking up the first down and then some is Isaac Quantz. He's going to get all the way down to the 4. Spartans pick up another first down. Clock running, 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Tie game, 8-8. As another
first and 10 for the Spartans.
So hand off to Livingston. Rinse, repeat. South Jeff is going to pick up the first down.
Signal the first down.
Chain gang on the far side eventually gets into position. It's going to be first and 10. South Jeff now into the Mexico half of the field. Ball on the 43. Leduc, 2 men to his left. Handed off. Quantz tripped up as he gets down close to the 35. They're going to mark him at the 36 on the carry. Another solid gain of about 7 or 8 yards. Well-deserved break. Of the quarterback Leduc, and it's handed off. Livingston now coming out to this near, which is enough for another South Jeff first down. So the Spartans looking to keep the ball on the turf on this possession, other than the short screen pass out to the near side to O'Brien. It's been Livingston and Quantz on the rushes. The latest one for Livingston picked up a first down. This one's handed off to Quantz. And fistful of jersey that time. Quantz is going to be brought down. Tackle made by C.J. Merkley for Mexico.
Charles Merkley leading the charge for the Tigers.
No gain. Maybe the slightest of losses on the handoff to Quantz. Second down and long. Clock ticking down. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Tie game 8-8 on South Jeff Senior Night. .20 seconds Leduc, high snap, handled. Looking at this near side, has a man way down the field, and it is incomplete.
Looks like pass broken up.
Good coverage that time. Pass intended for Pooler on this near side. Would have been his second touchdown of the night. But it falls incomplete. Good coverage by Preston Siror for Mexico. Clock stops at 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. And it's going to bring up a third down and about 11 for the Spartans. Motion in front of Leduc. Now cutting back to the near side. Leduc's going to keep it himself up the middle. Skipping forward is Leduc. He picks up the first down and then some as he gets down to about the 15. And there's an injured player for Mexico. Can't tell who that is for the Tigers, but immediately the rest of his team signaled that he needed some assistance. Looks like Zyke. Be number 25. He's gotten involved for Mexico early on offense. Rushed the two-point conversion in. And now he's down out there with 7 seconds to go in the first quarter as he was involved trying to take down Landon Leduc on the quarterback keeper. The break in the action. Let me tell you about our sponsors for tonight's broadcast of Friday Night Football, brought to you by NBC Watertown. The Bob Johnson Auto Group. They'll beat any deal on a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram by $30 a month. And they've also got the all-new trail-rated Jeep Wrangler. Give them a call at 315-965-8072. That's the Bob Johnson Auto Group. High school football also brought to you by the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County, part of the Alliance for Better Communities, which is part of Pivot here in Jefferson County. Player up. It is Zyke for Mexico, so that's a good sign. He is being assisted off the field. Clock's going to start running again after Leduc's rush, and the first quarter is going to end before the Spartans get another playoff. So at the end of one, all tied up, 8-8. South Jeff threatening, though, inside the red zone with a fresh set of downs as we head towards the second quarter of play here on senior night at South Jeff, the relatively new turf field. And we've got a pretty good perspective up here on top of the press box. The field looks great. So far, the Spartans have looked pretty good. I wouldn't say great necessarily, but they've looked pretty good, especially on defense. When Adam Pooler stripped his man, took the ball all the way back to the house for South Jeff's touchdown. Two-point conversion successful for Quants. But then Mexico answered right back, a touchdown of their own. Nevin Dermady Thomas on the reverse rush for the first touchdown of the game for Mexico. And then the two-point conversion was rushed in by Talon Zyke, who just came off injured at the end of that first quarter of play. We'll switch sides. Livingston with the quarterback, Leduc, in the backfield. Handed off, Livingston tries to go up the middle. He does. He gets through and into the end zone. Touchdown for the Spartans. Chase Livingston rushes one in, and South Jeff takes the lead right back. The Spartans went run heavy on that possession. And the last straw for him was Livingston. That was the one that broke Mexico's back on this possession. And the offense will head back out there. 8, as it is, 14-8 after the touchdown for Livingston. Here's the South Jeff offense. Quantz gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. His second 2-point conversion. With under a minute gone in the second quarter of action, South Jeff retakes the lead, 16-8. Much better kick from Mercer this time, reeled in right at the 20. Skipping down is Siror on the kick return. He's going to be brought down hard. Big tackle made on the kick return. It's Bobby Pittick on the tackle.
First and 10 Tigers.
So not much of a return that time, about 4 yards ultimately, when all said and done for Siror. Handed off out to this near side, and again met quickly, brought down. No gain on the carry that time. A whole host of Spartans in to make the tackle. The one who looked like did most of the hard work was Lucas Edgar. Second down and 10. Mack rolling out to his left, looking to pass, has a man way down the field, and it is incomplete. Great coverage by Adam Pooler. And that one falls incomplete as Mack rolled out to the left and was looking to throw it way down the field. Long incompletion. Looks like the referees are going to signal a sideline warning. And I believe that's against Mexico, even though the referee signaled toward our direction. More so just to alert the press box and us up here as to what he was whistling for. Mexico, I think, wanted another pass interference flag on that play. Twice now they've had a couple of long passes where they thought they maybe should have had a pass interference and didn't get one. Mexico going to call timeout here. Play clock was running pretty low, so they're going to take a timeout, get a fresh 25 on there, and talk things over here on third down and 10. So the coaching staff for Mexico relaying some instructions. Randy Fuller out there for South Jeff, talking things over with the defense. Chant of Landon Porter erupted right below our feet. Mack looking to pass, rolling out under some pressure. Mack gets past the tackler, looking down the field. It's thrown in, incomplete, just too long, and just out of the reach of his intended receiver. And that was an incompletion to Alfano. There's a flag down in the backfield, well, pretty much right at the line of scrimmage. And I didn't see the signal.
Looks like they're going to pick up the flag. It's going to be.
But it looked might have been a signal. They're going to pick up the flag. So fourth down and 10. Tigers step to the line. Formation here. Good snap. Bouncing right on the 50-yard line and down to the 45 in the South Jeff half of the field. So that's an excellent punt. Dermady Thomas was the one who booted it away, and that's going to be one of the better punts we've seen all season. So South Jeff holds strong on defense, gets the ball back. It's going to be first down and 10 for them. Ball on the 47, looks like. Here are the Spartans on first and 10. 2 men to the right and 1 to the left for Leduc. 1 man in the backfield. Hand it off. That's cool. And then push forward for maybe another couple. So down. 44. It'll be second down and 1. Really good rush that time for Quantz as he just kind of skipped infield and evaded the first tackle, got pushed forward as he was being hit. Second and 1. 1 man either side wide and 1 man immediately to the left and right of Leduc. This one's handed off to Quantz again. He picks up the first down as he gets down to about the 41. For Mexico, but not before Quantz could pick up the first down. He comes back over this sideline. Again, bit of a breather for him. First and 10 from the 40. South Jeff with an 8-point. Hand it off. Not the cleanest transaction, but they did get it off. It's Livingston out to the near side. He gets down, turns his back as he's pushed out at the 25. So another first down for South Jeff. And Quantz will come right back in.
First and 10 Spartans at the 25.
High snap, Leduc, hand it off. Quantz trying to cut back to the 20. Quantz on the carry that time.
Second and 5 Spartans.
It's going to bring up second and actually closer to 5, so not quite as far. Second and 5. Leduc, hand it off. Livingston out to the right. Now skipping forward. Brought down as he gets down dangerously close to the first down yardage. Looks like he's going to be just short. So it'll be third down and inches again for South Jeff.
Third and 1.
They were in a really similar position to this at the very start of this second quarter. Third and short. And that possession ended up in 8 points for him. He'll be trying to replicate that here. Leduc going to keep it himself again. Getting to the outside. Landon Leduc with a good stiff arm. Spun around. He's going to pick up the first down as he gets to about the 11.
Tackle made by Dominic O'Connell-Kimball. It'll be first and 10 Spartans on the 11.
So just short of first and goal. It'll be first and 10 from the 11 after Leduc rushed forward to pick up the first down. Quantz to his left. Hand it off. Quantz skips past the first tackle and did really well to get down inside the 5.
Tackle made by Seth Wilson.
Tackle was made by Seth Wilson for the Mexico Tigers. It's going to be second and short. About 3 to pick up for South Jeff here, and about 4 to pick up a touchdown. Quantz again in the backfield with the Leduc. And again, it's handed off. Flag comes out. Whistle stops the play.
Looks like a flag on the play.
And it is a offside against Mexico.
Offsides on the defense, half the distance.
So that moves South Jeff even closer. Second and short.
A long one.
O'Brien and Pooler to the right. McCarger to the left. It's handed off to Quanstow up the middle. He's going to be brought down short. Forward progress might be enough for Quants to pick up the first down. Looks like they're going to spot him short, so third and short again. About one, really, for the first down. And just another yard after that, South Jeff would be in the end zone. 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. Leduc handed off and nowhere to go. Mexico brought the house. Full blitz that time. And O'Brien never had a chance. It's a pretty significant loss, and it brings up fourth down about 9. Loss of 8 that time on a carry for O'Brien. South Jeff offense will stay out there, at least for now. Under 6 to go. We're halfway through the second quarter. Quants with Leduc. He's looking to pass. Landon rolling out to his right, throwing over the middle. Just too fast. Too much on that pass as he was trying to find McCarger. And in and out of the hands, falls incomplete. South Jeff will turn it over on downs. Mexico gets it on their own 10-yard line. South Jeff comes up empty on that possession after marching all the way down the field. Drive started pretty much at their own 45. They got all the way down to the 10, but not into the end zone. Mexico, again, rolling out to his left is Mack. He's going to keep it himself. Mack picks up the first down and then steps out of bounds. As he gets to the 30, flag comes down in the backfield. Flag down at the 39. Waiting for the signal. Here it is.
And a holding penalty.
Looks like a holding or an illegal block.
It's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. I believe it'll still be a first down Tigers.
So after the play, the holding applied. It's still a first down for Mexico.
Be first and 10. Tigers.
Ball's on the 30. Mack thought about passing out to this near side. He's going to keep it himself. He gets the first down and then some as he gets down over the 45. He's tackled at the 47. O'Brien there to make the stop. But a solid rush from Mack right up the gut. It's going to move the chains again for Mexico.
Ryan and Pooler on the tackle there. First and 10 Tigers on the 47.
It'll be first and 10 after Mack scrambled up the middle. Whistle. Timeout called by Mexico.
Timeout called by Tigers, their second of the half.
Right now, South Jeff don't seem to have too much of an answer for Mack when he decides to scramble up the middle. But if you're looking for a new or used vehicle, the answer is the Bob Johnson Auto Group. We've got the largest used car inventory and all sorts of new vehicles as well. Check out the all-new trail-rated Jeep Wrangler at the Bob Johnson Auto Group. You can always call them at 315-965-8072. Friday Night Football brought to you by NBC Watertown, sponsored as well by the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County. Part of Pivot, part of the Alliance for Better Communities. Thank you to them. And thank you to Heller's Gas and LaFlame Fuels for sponsoring tonight's Friday night football matchup. They're a value and family-owned business in the North Country here with 24/7 service and tank monitoring. Heller's Gas and LaFlame Fuels. After the timeout, 1st and 10 for Mexico. Mack rolling out to his right, pitch down to this near side. Flag comes out in the backfield. As getting down over the 45 was Alfano. With the flag in the backfield, this one looks like it's going to come back. It's a holding against the offense.
A holding penalty against the Tigers.
First and long, out 20 to go after the holding. Mack looking to his left, rolling out that way. Now looking down the field, back the other way. Scrambling out to his right. Mack looks like he's going to just put his head down, keep it himself. Mack brought down from the side. Good tackle. As the helmet comes off for Coben O'Brien as he made the tackle. Edgar there as well to make the stop. Solid gain after all of that running for Mack, but it's still going to be second down and about 15 for Mexico. Under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Mexico trailing by 8, 16-8. Both made two-point conversion. South Jeff made both of theirs. And that's where we're at as we approach the end of the second quarter. Flag comes out. Would have been delay a game, but instead Mexico called timeout before it happened. So the last timeout of the first half for the Tigers. I want to talk strategy in a big spot here at the end of the first half. It's going to be 2nd and 15 for them when we resume play. Well, a beautiful night for football. It's turned out to be. It wasn't initially when we first got here in Adams, New York for high school football Friday night action brought to you by the NBC Watertown stream team. Zach Zabriskie was beside himself trying to get everything set up and stay out of the rain when we first got here. Zach pretty much running the show. Nate Madison, Cody Wheeler on the camera, and myself, Connor Lalone, bringing you high school football from South Jeff. It's going to be 2nd and 15 after the timeout. Here's Mack rolling out to the left and under some pressure, spinning around, but he's going to be brought down. The ball comes out, and South Jeff falls on it. So the ball comes loose. Sean Kurtz is going nuts as he was able to fall on it for South Jeff. So Kurtz on senior night, the senior, falls on a fumble. South Jeff's second fumble recovery of the night. The first one went for a touchdown. And this one comes late in the first half and puts South Jeff in a really good spot offensively with 3.5 minutes to go. They've got both of their timeouts. Mexico has none. Here are the Spartans now stepping to the line. Out to the near side. Quantz has the corner. The corner. Nobody there to stop him. And into the end zone, the Spartans tack on 6 more, 22-8. And we'll see if Quantz gets the chance for his third two-point conversion of the night. now contributing to all three scores. Quantz gets a touchdown of his own here. Motion behind Leduc. This one's handed off to Livingston, and
Livingston up the
still on his feet, fighting for it. Still no signal. Sure looked like Livingston was in. There's still no signal. Now the officials are going to get together and talk about what they saw. And they're going to say Livingston didn't get into the end zone.
point attempt, no good. Tackle made by Seth Prentice.
So the third two-point conversion attempt of the night for South Jeff, no good. Jace Livingston was ruled to have been down just short. None of the referees made a call until they all got together and talked it over. South Jeff head coach Aaron Rivers now in discussion still on this near side.
Up 22-8.
It looked like Livingston, at the very least, was pretty close and then got pushed forward even a little bit more. But the official ruling, no good. So the score remains 22-8. South Jeff, after the fumble recovery, does get into the end zone the very first play after that fumble. Isaac Quantz got to the outside, turned the corner, turned on the Jets. Kick from Mercer. It's going to roll out of bounds, though, unfortunately for him.
Out of bounds down near the 17. Mexico will have the choice to.
After the kick went out of bounds. Mercer do it again. South Jeff will re-kick.
Mexico is going to make South Jeff re-kick it.
Spartans
35.
trying to make sure they had 11 guys on the field. Coben O'Brien comes out late to round out the 11. And Mercer back to kick again. This one high into the air. And, man. And Mexico not exactly thrilled. Tayson Fenner and O'Brien got involved. That ball's high in the air. I think O'Brien wanted to make sure that South Jeff had a chance to maybe recover it.
10 Tigers at the 46.
Down for him. The 6-yard line. Didn't look like the referees were sure if it was going to be the 45 or the 40. And 10. The Tigers step to the if Mack is given the same freedom. He is going to hand it off.
Up the middle.
Rush up the middle, maybe picked up a yard.
Kimball met at the line.
So Fano Kimball on the carry.
Fights his way for 2.
Let's go with no timeouts left here in the first half. Handed off, the reverse again, out to the far side. South Jeff doesn't fall for it this time. Tackled in the backfield for a loss is DeMady Thomas. We saw that play work once for Mexico. That's how they scored their touchdown, a play exactly like that, where it was handed off twice, the reverse play to DeMady Thomas, and he got all the way to the outside. This time, South Jeff ready for it, and Thomas tackled for a loss. Third down and 11. Mack rolling out to his right, looking down the field, has a couple of men. It's caught. Looks like Chamberlain on the reception. And they're going to give him the first down. He picked up about 12 yards that time when he needed 11. So that'll move the chains with just over 2 minutes to go in the first half of play. The reception for Wyatt Chamberlain. Mexico stepped in the line. Mack right under center. Fakes the handoff, rolling out to his left. Mack now gets a good block, rolling out to his left, still throwing down the field. Has a man, it's dropped. Had a man again, it was Chamberlain. Just reeled one in. That one hit him in the hands, but he couldn't grab it, and it falls incomplete. It'll bring up second down and 10. Maybe not the worst thing in the world for Mexico, as it does stop the clock at 1 minute and 39 seconds. They don't have any timeouts as we're approaching the end of the first half. South Jeff leading 22-8. Ball comes loose, and falling on it is the running back.
Looks like a fumble on the snap.
Just able to get there and react to it is Colin Derby. Clock still running.
And they're back on the line. Hurry up.
Mack gets a good block. Now under some pressure, throwing back across his body, and was intended. Was intended for Demady Thomas, I believe. Kind of thrown over him, almost reeled in by Alfano Kimball, I think, and it fell incomplete, though, so fourth down and long. Again, that stops the clock at 1:15. South Jeff with a stop here would get the ball back and have 2 timeouts left at the end of the first half and just about a minute to work with. That's assuming they can get a stop on 4th and 12. Mack rolling out to his left, under pressure, skips past the first tackle. Now still under pressure, throwing it away. And it falls incomplete, out of bounds. Mack was able to get past the first tackle, but not the second. And throws it out of bounds. South Jeff will get it with 1:08. And like I said, 2 timeouts left. And they're going to get the ball on their own 45. And it'll be interesting to see what Rivers has in store for South Jeff here. If they try to take another stab at it down the field, or if they're content to go into halftime up 22-8. They break and step to the line. Leduc, hand it off. Livingston trying to get to the outside. He's got a hole. Flag comes out behind the play as Livingston's pushed out of bounds. Gain of about 20. Flag comes out after the play as well. Livingston might have been hit late.
And another flag on the field.
And Livingston's down on that far sideline. South Jeff waving rather, that they need assistance out there for Livingston. It's kind of brought down high in that neck area and towards the end of that play. Not sure it was necessarily after he had been pushed out of bounds, but it was kind of in that act. There was a flag initially before that out, which would almost certainly be an offensive holding.
Looks like Livingston will be able to get up and walk off.
Livingston back up onto his feet now. Walking off, made Rivers and Fuller run all the way over there for nothing.
Looks like a holding penalty against the Spartans.
Well, South Jeff definitely whistled for holding. And then the personal foul against Mexico after the play. So they're going to march the holding off against South Jeff, and then the personal foul off against Mexico. Hey, I don't necessarily blame him. I'm not greatest at doing the math in my head either. If you count them off both ways, you can't be wrong, right? First down and 1 for South Jeff. after those penalties kind of cancel out a little bit. Leduc looking to pass. Over the middle, it is incomplete, in and out of the hands. Pass intended for Bobby Piddick, but it falls incomplete. 2nd and 1, clock stop at 55 seconds here in the second quarter. Second and 1. Play clock down to 10 seconds for South Jeff. Leduc handed off. Right up the middle. Nowhere to go. I believe that was Quantz on the carry. It was. Pretty much right at the first. Now we've got a whistle. Well, it looked like based on the spot of the ball that Quantz had picked up enough for a first down. They are going to say, oh, whistle. Thrilled with the decision at the referee. They're going to put 45 seconds on the clock. Doing our best up here to try to pick up what we can from the officials. Four receivers in the set for South Jeff. Leduc over the middle. It's caught. And down inside the 10, still on his feet, dragging the defenders, brought down right at the 1. Just short of the touchdown, but a huge reception for Coben O'Brien right over the middle. 25 seconds on the clock. And South Jeff's going to call a timeout, it looks like, as Aaron Rivers is onto the field. What a massive play right at the end of the first half. O'Brien, I thought he was going to be brought down closer to the 10, just kind of carried a couple of defenders on his back and got all the way down to the 1-yard line. So it'll be first and goal from there. South Jeff does call their second timeout of the first half. And they've got 25 seconds and a fresh set of downs to try to punch one more in late in the second quarter. South Jeff taking their time here. Mexico in a tough spot. Trailing already 22-8 with 4 cracks at it, 25 seconds and a timeout here right at the end of the first half. You'd have to think South Jeff would probably off to Quantz, steps forward into the end zone, touchdown for South Jeff. Now, as Quantz gets in his second touchdown of the night, he's got 2 TDs and 2 two-point conversions for the Spartans. They lead 28-8 with 22 seconds to go here in the first half. The offense will stay out there to try a 2-point conversion again. Livingston with Leduc in the backfield. McGargert on the left. And it's going to be Livingston on the carry. He's is ruled to be just short his last time. The 2-point conversion, and the Spartans lead 30-8. 22 seconds left on the clock. Selchef will have to kick it away. Mexico with no timeouts, though. And Selchef with one. As we're right at the end of the first half of play on Friday Night Football, brought to you by NBC Watertown and the NBC Watertown Stream Team. Nate Madison, Cody Wheeler on the cameras. Zach Zabriskie on the controls. Myself, Connor Lalone, bringing you a matchup of two 3-1 teams. Mexico Tigers visiting here in Selchef Spartans. Selchef will kick it away. Mercer. Good kick this time. Fair catch on the kickoff. Reeled in at the 34, we'll call it, for Berriger. So that stops the clock. 22 seconds. The ball on their own 36, looks like.
Like the Tigers are going to kneel it out.
So Mexico will kneel on the ball and let the clock run out on the first half. We'll go into halftime. Selchef leading here at home on their senior night, 30-8 the score. Jace Livingston with a touchdown. Adam Pooler got it all started when he recovered that fumble for a touchdown. Isaac Quantz, after rushing for two 2-point conversions, picked up 2 touchdowns. And one Mexico touchdown scored by Nevin Dermady Thomas on a long reverse play. And so the score at halftime, 30-8. Selchef leading. Halftime and be back. Welcome back to Adams, where South Jeff is kicking off the second half. They lead 30-8 over the visiting Mexico Tigers. Kick return for Mexico gets down to the 30-yard line that time. South Jeff here winning at halftime at home on their senior night, 30-8, courtesy of a couple of touchdowns for Isaac Quantz. Jace Livingston got one. Adam Pooler got it all started with the fumble recovery for a touchdown. South Jeff 3 of 4 on the 2-point conversions. And that's how they lead 30-8. Mexico's touchdown rushed in by Nevin Dermady-Thomas. This one's kept up the middle. That one was Alfano Kimball. He's going to get down, gain of about 5 that time on the carry for Dominic Alfano Kimball. Wind picking up a little bit here in Adams, where we are up on top of the press box at South Jeff on their relatively new turf field. Beautiful facility. Handed off again up the middle. Really nothing doing on the handoff to Derby up the middle. Bobby Pittick and Lucas Edgar there to make the stop for South Jeff. Gain of maybe a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 4. Mack handed off. Skipping to the outside is Dermady-Thomas, and looks like he's going to pick up enough for a first down. He will. First down for Mexico. So the Tigers pick up the first down of the second half. Mack handed off, the reverse again the other way out to this near side to South Jeff. Again, not fooled. Tackled for a loss on the reverse is Alfano Kimball. Tackle made by Nathan Workman for the Spartans. Brings up second down and 12 after the loss of 2. Fake handoff, rolling out to the left is Mack. He's got himself looking down the field, has a man, and it is incomplete. It was Chamberlain again. And that one again, Chamberlain just unable to reel it in. Incompletion brings up 3rd down and 12. Nine minutes and 52 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. And this is a big 3rd down for the South Jeff defense. Trying to hold Mexico and get the ball back early in the second half. Mack fakes the handoff, rolling out to his right, looking down the field, pointing, trying to get a block from Chamberlain. He does get it, and he's going to pick up the first down. As he gets down, forward progress stop. That spot looks like they're going to give him enough. Maybe not. The official on the far side's got a different spot than this one. And they are going to give him enough. I thought it looked like he got it initially. Obviously was pushed backwards a little bit, but does pick up enough for a first. And Braden Mack has looked sharp when he's run the ball. This one's pitched out to the left side. Alfano Kimball. He's brought down after picking up a couple of yards. Tackle made by Pooler for South Jeff. I was saying Mack has run the ball. He's looked very athletic. He's got a strong arm. He just hasn't necessarily been entirely accurate with that all the time. Did fumble the ball as he was trying to avoid a sack, and that resulted in a touchdown. This one handed off again to Dermady-Thomas. Gain of about 5, tackle made by Bobby Pittick. It's going to be 3rd down 4. That's really been the only blemish for the Tigers, is a couple of fumbles offensively that have both led to South Jeff touchdowns. Without those, it'd be a much closer game. This one's handed off again up the middle. Down close to the first down, but short. Picking up a couple of yards, but not enough for the first down. So it's 4th down and about 1. Offense will stay out there for Mexico, down 30-8 early in the third quarter. Mack handed off right up the middle. Looks like they're going to get it. They do. First down for Mexico. They convert on 4th down, and they move to the 36-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from there. Mack fakes the handoff, rolling out to his right under some pressure, but gets around it. Now pitched, and the pitch is successful out to this near side. Mack got hit hard as he let that one go, but Mexico's going to pick up a first down on the option play. Mack waited till the last possible second to throw that one out to his right, but he found his man. It was Alfano Kimball. Nope, it was Dermady Thomas on the pitch play that time, and he's going to pick up a first down. So 1st and 10, ball's on the 16-yard line after the option play. Mack handed off right up the middle, nothing doing. Gain of maybe a yard for Kimball. Be 2nd down and 9. Ball on the 15. Long huddle, play clock down to 15. Mack handed off up the middle. No, he kept it. And he's still on his feet. Mack into the end zone. Touchdown. Great play for the Tigers as they get in for the score. Mack faked the handoff and kept it himself right up the gut. And it's now 30-14. The offense will stay on the field to try the 2-point conversion. 1 for 1 on the night. Braden Mack rushing one in. Tigers looking to cut in even further. Mack rolling out to his right under some pressure. Cutting back to his left, still under pressure. Spinning out of the first tackle, throwing down the field. It's caught in bounds, but well short of the 2-point conversion. Reception for Siror, but he didn't get enough yardage. He did look like he got both of his feet in bounds, but it's kind of a moot point as it doesn't matter. He was well short of the end zone. The 2-point conversion, no good. And it's 30-14 as we're just about halfway through the third quarter of action here at South Jefferson High School in Adams, New York on Friday Night Football, brought to you by the NBC Watertown Stream Team. Nate Madison, Cody Wheeler, Zach Zabriskie, and myself, Connor Lalone. Mexico will get set to kick it away after their touchdown, the second touchdown of the night for them. Rushed in by their quarterback, Braden Mack. Low line drive. In and out of the hands, but picked up at the 20. Skipping forward is Pooler, getting to the outside. Pooler now down towards the 50, pushed out of bounds at about the 48, 49 maybe. Good return for Landon. Adam Pooler, rather. South Jeff's going to get the ball basically right at the 50 is where they're going to mark Pooler out of bounds. So good field position after the 6.5 to go. 30 one in. This one's handed off. Skips past the first tackle, then brought down as he approaches the 30-yard line. In to make the tackle was Aiden Berriger for Mexico. Mack involved as well on defensive duty now. Jermady Thomas over there in that direction as well. Ball on the 31 after the rush for Livingston, picks up a first down. O'Brien and Pooler out wide left. And McCarger out wide right. This one's handed off, though, right up the middle. That's Quantz. Flag comes out behind the play. Quantz is still going somehow. Whistle win. I'm not really sure why. Quantz gesturing that he's not sure why either. He was still going. He was still moving forward. But the whistle went. And it is a holding against South Jeff. Maybe that's part of the reason why. So they'll back up. Ten yards.
Penalty against South Jeff. Will back him up 10. In the spot of the foul. First and 18.
Be first and 18 for South Jeff after the holding. So the good rush for Quantz negated that time. Pooler out to the right. McCarger to the left. LeDuc's going to hand it off, though. Again, it's Quantz on the carry. He picks up the original line of scrimmage, gets down over to the 30. Just barely. They're going to mark him right at the 30. So back over the original line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 9. Again, Pooler the option wide right. McCarger out to the left. In the backfield, O'Brien and Quantz. Handed off. Quantz out to the left. Pushed forward by O'Brien. Going to pick up about 5 yards that time. It's going to be third. And still about 5 to pick up for South Jeff here. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. They lead 30-14 over the visiting Mexico Tigers. Mexico cutting into the lead, scoring here in the third quarter. Rushing touchdown for their quarterback, Braden Mack. This one handed off to Livingston. No gain. Maybe even the slightest of losses. Fourth down and closer to 6 now for South Jeff. The offense staying on the field. LeDuc heading over into the huddle after talking things over with Coach Aaron Rivers. This is a big fourth down for South Jeff. About 6 yards to gain. Flag before the play.
Looks like a flag on the play.
Here's the signal. Offside against the defense.
Offsides on the defense.
South Jeff going to get some help there on fourth down.
Make it 4th and 1.
So fourth down and 1 now after the offside. Much more manageable for South Jeff. Aided there by the Mexico defense a bit. LeDuc keeping it himself, picks up the first down and tackled about the 16. So LeDuc picks up the first. Big fourth down conversion for South Jeff there. It's going to be first down and 10 for South Jeff with the ball on the 16 as we're down to about 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Leduc, hand it off. Quantz out to the near side, gets a good block. Stepping back inside, able to skip past the first tackle, and Quantz brought down inside the 5, down to about the 3-yard line. Big carry. And Quantz has got conversions for the Spartans. Gets the ball again here. Leduc, handed. Isaac Quantz gets in. South Jeff at 6 more, 36-14, with 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. The third touchdown of the night for Spartan running back Isaac Quantz. He's had himself quite the game so far. Livingston in there with Leduc. Leduc's looking to pass for the 2-point conversion. Rolling out to his right, throwing into the corner of the end zone. Batted down, incomplete. So the 2-point conversion attempt no good for South Jeff that time. Good coverage by Alfano Kimball. And the 2-point conversion no good. So the score stays 36-14. South Jeff leading on Friday Night Football. Brought to you by NBC Watertown. Sponsored by the Bob Johnson Auto Group, with the largest used car inventory in the area. Give them a call at 315-965-8072. Thank you as well to the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County, part of the Alliance for Better Communities, and the Pivot Group in Jefferson County here. An 8th grader from the Youth Alliance wants to remind you to always be prepared to say, nope, it's not for me. And our final sponsor, Heller's Gas and La Flame Fuels, locally owned. They've got 24/7 service as well. They offer everything you will need to prepare yourself for all your heating needs the upcoming winter. South Jeff kicks it off. Maybe the best kick we've seen for Mercer tonight. Picked up by Alfano Kimball, and he's going to get down to the 40. So that's a solid return for Alfano Kimball off of Mercer's kick. And with 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the third quarter, Mexico gets the ball back on offense, trailing 36-14. It'll be first and 10 for them from the 41-yard line. Mack still has it, rolling out to his left, throwing down the field. It is incomplete, nearly picked off. Would have been a pick for Billy Winchester. Falls incomplete. Looked for a second like South Jeff was going to immediately get the ball right back. Good coverage nonetheless for Winchester, even though he couldn't reel it in. Second and 10 from the 41. Mack throwing over the middle, too tall. Can't find his intended receiver. Was looking for Chamberlain again. So the incompletion stops the clock at 2:23, brings up third and 10. Rain starting to fall again as this one's reversed again, back out to the right side. Alfano Kimball's going to step out as he gets just about to the 50. Looks like they're going to mark him down at the 48, which is short of the first down. So that's going to bring up fourth down and about a yard to pick up. Like I said, the rain starting to pick up just a little bit here. And Adams, we've avoided it for most of the night so far. Mack trying to keep it, and he's brought down short. Mexico will turn it over on downs. Mack had nowhere to go that time, brought down by the back of his jersey. And South Jeff will get the ball back. A good defensive stand that time to hold Mexico. And so the Spartans get the ball back. It's going to be first down and 10 for them. On the 47, Mexico's 47, with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Spartans step to the line. Leduc has Quantz now to his left. It's going to short little pitch out to Quantz on the left side. Quantz close to the first down. He's got it. And still on his feet. Brought down by 3 or 4. As he gets all the way to the 35-yard line. South Jeff taking their time, letting the clock run out a little bit. We're down under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Spartans leading 36-14. Leduc, hand it off. Livingston up the middle. Jace Livingston picks up close to 7 yards on that carry. They're going to give him somewhere in between 6 and 7. Solid rush for Jace Livingston up the middle. He's got a touchdown and a 2-point conversion tonight for the Spartans. It's been a good night for them overall offensively. Defense hasn't been too shabby either. Giving up the 2 scores, but also scored a touchdown. Adam Pooler with the fumble recovery for a touchdown. And Sean Kurtz with a fumble recovery as well. That got all the way down to the 1 where Spartans did punch their way in. Handed off. No, kept by Leduc, trying to get out to the left side. Landon Leduc. Flag comes out in the backfield as Leduc breaks free. He's down and skipping in. Looks like they're going to mark him just short of the end zone, but the play's going to come back, I believe, because of the flag down here in the backfield. It is. It's an offensive holding. Leduc, I'm not sure they ever signaled that he was in for the touchdown. Either way, it would have been dangerously close. I think he was out at the 1. But the whole play is going to come back. Leduc sees his long quarterback scramble negated on the offensive holding, much to the chagrin of the South Jeff faithful here. Right below us, we're on top of the press box here at the turf facility at South Jefferson High School in Adams, New York. So the holding call, it brings up second down. Out 13 for the Spartans. See if Leduc looks to air it out a little bit. He is looking over the middle, has a man, and it is caught in some space, dragging his man down inside the 10. Big reception for Coben O'Brien. The South Jeff gets the yardage anyway. Leduc throws right over the middle, and O'Brien reeled it in, dragged his man for a while, and it's going to be first and goal for South Jeff as they're down to the 7-yard line. So the Spartans threatening again. We're down to 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. 5 left on the play clock. Here's Leduc. Hand it off. It's O'Brien skipping forward. Coben gets down inside the 5, down to about the 2. Clock still running, and it will run out here on the third quarter. South Jeff will switch sides when we come back for the fourth quarter. It's going to be second down and 2. Right now it's 36-14 in favor of the host South Jeff Spartans on their senior night. Getting a good round of applause from the fans here at the end of the third quarter of Friday Night Football. Brought to you by NBC Watertown and the Stream Team. Nate Madison, Cody Wheeler, Zach Zabriskie, and myself, Connor Lalone. Zach's hiding under the towel right now, trying to keep the computer safe from the rain that has picked up here late in that third quarter. Doing his best to stay undercover, keep the computer safe, and make sure we continue to bring you the stream tonight of what's been a really good football game. South Jeff leading 36-14 at the break for the third quarter of play. We're about ready for the fourth. The team's switching sides. South Jeff in really good spot here to be second down and 2. High school football brought to you by NBC Watertown, sponsored by the Bob Johnson Auto Group, the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County, Heller's Gas, and LaFlame Fuels. Thank you to all of them for sponsoring and bringing you this broadcast of high school football as the cheer squad gets going down below us on the bleachers. Bleachers shaking a little bit as the crowd gets involved with the chanting as well. Fresh 12 minutes on the clock for the fourth quarter. South Jeff leading 36-14, looking to make it more. Second and 2 as we start the final quarter of play. Leduc, 2 men in the backfield with him. And this one's handed off. It's O'Brien skipping out to this right, but he's going to be brought down from the jersey. Big tackle made for Mexico. It was Seth Wilson. Got there and reeled in O'Brien. There's a player down for Mexico. Trying to make out who that is for the Tigers down. Back up onto his feet. And hobbling off. Looks like that might be Alfano Kimball. So after the loss, it'll be 3rd and 9. Loss of about 7 on the carry for O'Brien that time. And the Spartans step to the line on 3rd and 9. 11 and a half left in the game. Leduc looking to pass, rolling out to his right. Throws into the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown for the Spartans. There's whistles. I don't see any flags, but there's whistles. There is a flag down. It's a holding against South Jeff. They have another touchdown taken off the board. Aaron Rivers beside himself on the sideline, not pleased with the holding call that takes a touchdown away from South Jeff. It looked like Leduc had found his man in the corner of the end zone. It was O'Brien who had posted up back there and reeled the pass in. But the holding call brings it all back. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 19 for South Jeff here. And Leduc now making his way back to the huddle. I have to think South Jeff will look to pass again here. 3rd and 19. Leduc rolling to his right, stepping forward under some pressure, going back to his left, gets around the first tackle, looking down the field, throwing into the end zone. It is incomplete. Leduc a couple different times looked like he was in some serious trouble, able to wriggle out of a couple of tackles. Made a big throw down the field, but it falls incomplete, thrown short of his intended receiver over in the left side of the end zone. And that brings up 4th and goal from the 19. The offense will stay out there. Up 36-14. Leduc heads back to the huddle. The clock is stopped at 11 minutes and 10 seconds after the incompletion. Motion in front of Leduc. Handed off. South Jeff's going to try the reverse. Looking out and now throwing into the end zone. Touchdown, South Jeff. They did the double reverse and then threw into the end zone. Reeled in by Caleb McCarger. And South Jeff adds 6 more, 42-14 on the trick play. They find their way in. McCarger wide open in the end zone, untouched. No one around him. Throw was good enough, and he reeled it in. South Jeff scores 42-14. Now the offense on to try to make it 44. Nope, looks like they're going to try to make it 43. The extra point attempt. Good hold by Leduc. That kick looks good. And it is. So the extra point good for South Jeff. And the score now 43-14. David Lorman with the extra point for the Spartans. And they've extended their lead further over the visiting Mexico Tigers here. All-out offensive display. Find their way into the end zone on 4th and 19. A little bit of a trick play that time. The double reverse into the flea flicker kind of pass. And it worked out. 43-14 the score on Friday Night Football. Brought to you by NBC Watertown. Sponsored by the Bob Johnson Auto Group. They will be any deal at a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram by $30 a month. Call them at 315-965-8072. The Youth Alliance of Jefferson County, part of Pivot, part of the Alliance for Better Communities. An 11th grader from the Youth Alliance wants to remind you that if they're really your friends, they won't care if you choose to not use substances. And thank you as well to Heller's Gas and LaFlame Fuels, a value-fueled family-owned business. 24/7 service and tank monitoring. Give them a call to get ready and make sure you're prepared for an upstate winner. This is a big kick return down all the way to the 50. Really good kick return for Mexico on the back of Dominic Alfano Kimball as he gets down right to midfield. Players still down for Mexico on the far side. Over by where Alfano Kimball was eventually brought down. It might be Alfano Kimball, the player down. Well, with the player down, bit of a break in the action. Go over a little bit of a recap of what's happened tonight. Mexico got on the board with a touchdown for Nevin Dermady Thomas. 2-point conversion was good. And South Jeff answered back in short order. Adam Pooler with a fumble recovery for the touchdown. And then Jace Livingston scored a touchdown. Isaac Quantz has added 3. Caleb McCarger, the most recent touchdown for South Jeff. The other touchdown for Mexico was rushed in by the quarterback Braden Mack. And that second 2-point conversion attempt, no good. So it's 43-14 in favor as the host Spartans here in Adams, New York on Friday Night Football. Brought to you by NBC Watertown and the Stream Team. Long delay here as there's a player down for Mexico still on that far sideline. And the medical staff heading over now to help him out. Up onto his feet on that far sideline is Alfano Kimball, the player who was on the kick return duty for Mexico. He got all the way down to the 50. It was an excellent kick return. And back up onto his feet, walking off the field. Always a good sign. Never want to see a player injured And Alfano Kimball appears to be all right for the time being. He comes off to the sideline there after a bit of a delay in the action. After that kick return, it'll be first down and 10 for Mexico, all right at midfield. Mack rolling out to his left under some pressure, chasing him from behind. Mack's going to get down over the 40 and step out of bounds. Player right on his heels was Bobby Pittick, trying to track him down from behind. Couldn't quite get to him. Gain of about 5 for the quarterback, Mack. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Bobby Pittick put the pressure on that time.
Again, rushing play out to the right side. Getting out close to the first down yardage, about the 41. Looks like they're going to be just short. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
Brought down about a yard shy of the line to gain.
I believe that was Preston Searor on the carry. 3rd and 1. Rain picking up again here at South Jeff. Mack handed off out to the near side, skipping forward, picking up the first down, and then down over the 30, inside the 30. Mr. Mady Thomas on the carry. Big gain for the Mexico offense. They'll move the chains to get a first down, and they're going to have the ball at the 28. 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Mexico trailing 43-14. Mack looking to pass, dropping way back. Bobby Pittick with the pressure, gets to Mack. The pass is thrown and caught over the middle. Reeled in and then brought down, gain of about 8 that time for Colin Derby. Good pressure from Bobby Pittick, but Mack able to get it away just before Bobby could get to him. And the pass complete to Colin Derby over the middle. They're only going to give Derby about 5, so 2nd and 5 coming up with the ball on the 22. No, the 23. Long huddle here for the Tigers. They break now. Mack will be right under center. Motion behind him. Ball comes loose. Mack picks it back up. Rolling out to his right. Mack's going to pick up the first down as he gets to the outside, steps out of bounds inside the 15. So Mack picks up another first down on the scramble. We're under 9 minutes to go in the final quarter of action. They're going to mark him down right at the 15, so 1st and 10 from there. Mack did a really good job to make something happen there. That ball hit the turf briefly, but he was able to pick it up and then scramble for the first down. Motion again behind Mack. Looking out to the far side. It's screened. It's a good pass and a good catch. Forced out of bounds on the far side. It was the receiver, Nicholas Marabito. Gain of about 5 that time, down to the 10. So 2nd and 10 from the 10. 2nd and 5 from the 10, rather. Handed off, out to the near side, now skipping back forward. Dermady Thomas gets inside the 5. Picks up a first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 4. First and goal now for Mexico, threatening. 8.5. Rolling out to the right. No, handed off to Dermady Thomas up the middle and into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Mexico. 2nd of the night for Navin Dermady Thomas. And they cut into the lead. 43-20 is the score now. Flag comes out after the play. waiting to see what that flag is for. It's thrown well after the play. Here's the signal. Personal foul against the defense. And then maybe also the offense. Hard to make out what the signal was there. Looks like it might be offsetting personal fouls. And so now Mexico will try an extra point. Back to kick for them, Wyatt Dan, to try the PAT. Good snap and hold. Dan's kick looks good. And it actually flies into the parking lot off a car out there. That's how good it was. Wyatt Dan with the PAT. Over the netting into the parking lot. And it's 21-43. Mexico cutting back into the lead. After you see Dan's kick there on the extra point, you wonder why they haven't been doing that all night. Great success for Dan on the extra point. So Mexico will kick off following the touchdown for DeMady Thomas and the extra point. Trailing 21-43 with 8 minutes and 22 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter of tonight's Friday night football game, brought to you by NBC Watertown. We're moving the ball forward here. That might be a result of the personal foul.
And with the unsportsmanlike penalty, it's going to...
So Mexico will kick off from South Jeff's 45. The chance to pin the Spartans deep in their own half. A couple of men deep for South Jeff. Good kick from Dan. That one's going to roll in and out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
He's going to bring it out to the 20, where the Spartans will start off. 8:22.
So South Jeff will get the ball on the 20 after the touchback, with 8 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the game, and a big lead. 43-21 is the score here. Good crowd for senior night despite the rain. Always good to come back to South Jeff. It's 1st and 10 for the Spartans from the 20 after the touchback. Leduc handed off right up the middle. And now breaking past the first tackle, getting to the outside, spinning the corner. Still on his feet, brought down as he gets to about the 45. Big rush for Quantz, who's had a heck of a night. Just keeps adding on. And with the score the way it is, you'd think South Jeff probably just keep calling on Quantz to run the ball, run the clock. That was another big rush. He got all the way down to the 44. So it's 1st and 10 from there for South Jeff, as we're down to 8 minutes to go. Both teams with all 3 timeouts left here in the fourth quarter. Leduc under center, turns around, hands it off. It is Quantz out to this near side, now skipping back forward, throws a good stiff arm and dives forward to pick up a first down as he gets inside the 45. Another first down on another rush for Isaac Quantz, and the Spartans move down the field. Once they get the chain set, the clock starts running. Down to 7.5 to go. Play clock down to 10 seconds as South Jeff steps to the line. 5 now. Leduc, hand it off, right up the middle. Fighting forward, breaking past the first tackle. And down inside over the 35, Shea Spencer on the carry. Seven minutes On the clock, even, and now running. After the first down, the chains move on the carry for Shea Spencer. First and 10. This one handed off right up the middle. Skipping to the outside is Shea Spencer again. He skips back inside. Shea Spencer still on his feet. Gets over the 20. Another great carry for Spencer and another first down. Should mention O'Brien got that snap at quarterback for South Jeff. So Coben O'Brien getting snaps at quarterback. South Jeff in the I formation here. One receiver either side. Billy Winchester to the right. Handed off to the lead back, Spencer. Gains a couple of yards on the carry. About 4. Another solid carry for Shea Spencer. It's going to be second down and 6. Ball on the 16 for the Spartans here after the carry for Spencer. Clock ticking down to about 5.5 to go. They step to the line. O'Brien right under center gets the snap, handed off to Spencer again. And somehow wriggling around, Spencer still on his feet, brought down. Looks like it's going to be a loss of a couple of yards on the carry up the middle. Player down for Mexico again. Gavin Robinson is limping off to the South Jeff sideline as well. I think he got tangled up underneath the player for Mexico, who is still down, remained down on the field. Another injury, another stoppage of play. Well-deserved and good round of applause for C.J. Merkley as he's up onto his feet after a really lengthy delay. Still obviously struggling as he comes off to that far sideline. I think everybody here kind of collectively held their breath. Merkley stayed down a lot longer than I think any of us would have expected. And good to see him coming off to the far sideline now with the assistance of his coaching staff. Couple of lengthy delays for injuries for Mexico here in the second half. Always a little bit scary when something like that happens. The clock is running. We're under 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. This one's going to be handed off again to Spencer up the middle. And Spencer, nowhere to go, really. It's going to be fourth down. And still about 8. No gain on the play.
Fourth and 8 for the Spartans.
So the offense stays out there. It's still Coben O'Brien in at quarterback. Shea Spencer, the lead back in the I formation. Handed off. Spencer tries to get to the outside. Stepping forward, Shea Spencer spinning around. Getting close to the first down. We'll wait to see where the spot is, but it looks like he's got enough. And he does. It's a first down for South Jeff. Coben O'Brien handed off to Shea Spencer, who stayed on his feet just long enough to pick up a first down. So it's first and goal for South Jeff from just inside the 10. Long delay, clock down to 3 minutes and 30. Play clock down to 5 seconds as South Jeff steps to the line. O'Brien under center, gets it off. Flag's going to be picked up.
Looks like they're going to wave off the flag. Second and goal down to the 3.
Second and goal after the rush for Shea Spencer. Ball's down at the 3-yard line for the Spartans. Again, handed off, and Spencer nowhere to go, fighting for every inch. And I think he's going to lose maybe a yard. Third and goal now for the Spartans. South Jeff winding the play clock down. It's down to 5. Handed off, and Spencer's going to walk into the end zone untouched for another touchdown for the Spartans. Give this one to Shea Spencer. He adds 6 as he just waltzes into the end zone. And it's 49-21 with 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go. Shea Spencer gets on the board on senior night. And the Spartans will send on the extra point team again. LeDuc to hold. Lorman's kick, again, looks good, and it is. Second PAT of the night for David Lorman. And he adds 1. South Jeff up to an even 50 with 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Friday Night Football brought to you by NBC Watertown and the Stream Team. Sponsored by the Bob Johnson Auto Group, the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County, and Heller's Gas, as well as LaFlame Fuels. Thank you to our sponsors for making the coverage possible. And thank you to the rest of the Stream Team here tonight, Nate Madison, as well as Cody Wheeler and Zach Zabriskie. My name's Connor Lalone. It's turned into a bit of a blowout, 50-21, South Jeff leading. Spartans getting ready to kick it away after the touchdown for Shea Spencer. Mercer's kick, maybe the best one he's done tonight, all the way down to the 15, reeled in there. And going to be met at the 27. Bertram in on the stop. A couple other players for South Jeff as well. Schofield in there. Clock stopped at 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Long huddle here. 4 seconds on the play clock. Rolling out to his right is Mack, throwing down the field, incomplete. That'll stop the clock at 2 minutes and 1 second. Pass was intended for Elon Hardy on the far side. Mack handed off on the near side, now cutting back towards the middle. Jermady Thomas on the carry, gets just over the line of scrimmage, picks up a yard. 3rd and 9, tackle made by Nathan Workman for the Spartans. 3rd down and 9. A minute and a half to go in the game. Mexico looking to end on a high note here. Rolling out to his right is Mack, looking down the field, throwing, it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Hardy again on that far side. Deflected off of his hands. Falls incomplete. Clock stops at 1:17. 4th down and 8 now for Mexico. Hardy rolling out to the left, Mack rather, looking down the field, throwing, has a man, it is almost picked off. And looks like downs. It'll be 1st down for South Jeff with a minute to go. And they can just run the clock out on this one and stay undefeated at home on the season. South Jeff will move to 4-1 with the win tonight over Mexico. Mexico will fall to 3-2 on the season. Their other loss at Chittenango. A minute to go. It's LeDuc back in at center so he can kneel on it. There he is. LeDuc kneels.
Looks like the Spartans will kneel it out.
Spartans will line up and do it one more time. And a really dominant performance for the Spartans tonight. Like last night in Watertown. We don't mean to take away from the rest of the team, but one player really stood out. Isaac Quantz tonight for the Spartans. 2 two-point conversions, 3 touchdowns. Just a monster game for him on senior night in front of the crowd here in Adams. South Jeff will win over Mexico, 50-21. They'll remain unbeaten here at home. Their only loss on the season at Oneida as they win over Mexico 50-21. And what was, like I said, just a dominant game offensively for him. Isaac Quantz, the standout player for the Spartans tonight. For everybody at NBC Watertown, for our stream team here tonight, Cody Wheeler, Nate Madison, Zach Zabriskie, and myself, Connor Lalone, as well as our sponsors. I should thank them one more time. The Bob Johnson Auto Group, the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County, as well as Heller's Gas, LaFlame Fuels. Thank you to all of you as well for tuning in, and we hope you have a great night. South Jeff stays undefeated at home. They win 50-21 over the visiting Mexico Tigers.